What's happening, Bulls? War is over. We've got a few things to cover, but it'll mainly be the charts. We'll cover a couple of tweets and then move on. I've got a couple of important things to show you. FUD, higher low. FUD, shaking the hands with the higher low. That's a very common occurrence in a bull market. If you haven't noticed, let's just grab Bitcoin right here, zoom out 1 week chart. You will be able to find FUD. If you go back and look at these dates here, these dates here, these dates here, probably this date here. You will go back and you will find a bit of work on these. I had a bit of work done on these charts, but you will most likely find FUD. FUD that in the end, after the recovery has occurred, it didn't actually matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a reason to liquidate people. I've transcended above all else now. It's just a reason to liquidate people. This is it now. This is what I've become. Just news is a reason to liquidate people that were going to get liquidated anyway, and maybe we're going to survive, but because the news, there was no chance that they were going to survive. The emotional market adds the volatility, liquidates people, gives reasons, gives emotion, gives panic, helps with the liquidation, liquidates people, helps the big money, the smart money enter better positions. It's yeah, that's everything. Basically, my whole thesis about everything market related is just all around that now, especially when it comes to leverage positions. So Bitcoin is up over 4,000, so it's up more now since I screenshotted that. Huge. Alex Becker, motherfuckers, is this the World War III Black Swan market event you've been attacking me over while dumping your bags? Yeah, so if he's talking about S&P 500, I don't know about old season yet. Might be jumping the gun a little bit there, but if we just go over to the S&P 500 chart, which is the American stock market, you can see we drew this, you were here for it, we drew this a month ago, this yellow line. Pretty obvious, busts up into the range, breaks down, grabs liquidity, trends up, hits range highs, it'll grab liquidity this way, and then I'm a little bit less sure about this line down here. It might be more like something like maybe a little bit higher, actually, probably a little bit higher, I'm thinking. But we'll leave that anyways. For now, market's just closing higher, market's pumping. Stock market is just dragging everything above. American freedom is falling off the cliff. American dollar is weakening, even though they like that. And Bitcoin is pumping. We'll zoom into that a little bit more in a second. I don't know how accurate Vivek's going to be here, but same story every single time. BTC is about to go parabolic, and it probably will. I mean, they're like, look, there is big pullbacks, and then the pullbacks get smaller and tighter, and the hockey stick banana zone goes for it and causes a top. So we are due. Whether that happens or when that happens, we will see. He's gonna what did he say? Working to get back above support like nothing happened. Yeah. I'd say bearish read. He's talking about Ethereum, so we'll have a little look at Ethereum as well right now. That'll do. I'm just keeping it short today. Back to Bitcoin. There's a weekly chart. You can see, hey, look, weekly chart. Wow, massive. November 2022, January 2023. Nothing but up. Zoom out, and you'll become the biggest Bitcoin fan that has ever walked this planet. If we zoom in, on the other hand, holy shit, it's hard not to be bullish when you see things like that. Long wick, little Beyblade, little doji, huge, fat, thick boy taking it straight back into this range. The range that we've been trading, this is the Bybit chart, so this is the range that we trade. You can see all the percentages that we work out of trades in the past. We are 5-0 in our last 5 trades, so that has been going very good. We'll be looking forward. Would have been 6-0, but we skipped one, but that's fine because we claimed a mad 4x of the risk, 3.5x of the risk gain. But yeah, this has just come back down into reclaim now, so it'll do something like this, and then it'll go, so I will enter it along here most likely, and then it'll go like that, and then it'll go like that, and then we'll talk again when it's up here. That's pretty much what's going to happen now. Pretty clear. Something like that. It'll most likely, yeah. So it'll most likely line up. Might even be a little bit lower. You can see there we're dragging this parallel channel down, so it might be down to here. Sort of range lows again, flatten out, get a low volatility. Probably coming into this next weekend, so you probably, unless it's just this is it. There's two things going to happen. That, which is always possible, especially after a large liquidation event. We've been calling for sub 100k. Remember this whole thing we were calling, oh yeah, sub 100k and then back up, but it didn't make it. I was very shocked. Said, okay, well, let's back into the range and let's wait for it, because it's got to go sub 100k. It's not the chances of it surviving without going under 100k ever again was very low. So there it is, we got it. Most likely break this channel like what's happened. It's either going to go just full send now, or I think it'll retest and then go up. I'm pretty bullish again, but that's the standard. I mean, it's really hard not to be bullish after this. If there was a chance in my mind for it to go lower, then this was the chance for it to go lower. The emotion was there, and my worst case was about 96, which it did not reach. I'd give this like 10%. I'd give this like 30%, 20%, and then I'd give this like 70% probably. That's where I'm at, something like that. Ethereum, yeah. So we talked heaps about Ethereum, about the give us a second to clean this bitch up. Yeah, something like this. Something like, you'll be able to see it in a second. Here we go. Something like this, but yeah, potentially a lot sooner and steeper. So now it's coming back in, so it just depends on whether this is a retest and a breakdown. Retest and breakdown of the range, serious range that lasted over a month, 6 weeks, or reclaim of the range, and then obviously continues higher. So keep an eye on ETH. Got to wait now. You sort of missed the big gains for timing the entry, nailing the entry with leverage. You'll either get a nice entry. Probably it won't be the ideal entry though. A lot of the time, obviously, you've seen before, if these coins start running, you don't actually get the entry that you want, because everyone else has already beaten you to it, and that's just the facts. So low leverage or long-term Solana hold, then yeah, maybe. I mean, it's had an actually serious attempt at a bottom, so you might be able to just jump on here. As for leverage, be careful. You'd want to wait for, yeah. You'd either want to run high leverage tight stops, or wait for the pullback. I think Solana's been outperforming Sui, I heard, but that looks like a pretty strong recovery right there. And what about the goat of this cycle? The goat of this cycle is actually Hype coin, but Farcoin for gains, not too far off. Yeah, look at this. Oh, that's such a classic bullish divergence. Low, lower low, low, higher low, and the RSI. Look at that. One strong count of bullish divergence. If you got something like that in Farcoin, you would long the absolute living hell out of it, because it would be like this. Keep an eye on them, anyways. I think there is some opportunities here. We'll talk more about that about them in the chat, because if you go actually here, you see we got some blue bars pumping in the other direction. You got some coins like this, right? And what's happened is you've had a blue bar, right? So the trigger, the volatility, new move starting. Then you've had a full head fake and then close back above the blue bar. So this is a full high time frame uptrend signal, reversal signal. So they're getting these on a lot of shit coins. So be careful. A lot of shit coins. But yeah, you can play these pretty well. Assume that the reversal is going to continue. Again, you don't want to do no mid leverage. You want to do some either low leverage or spot and expect it to run with a wide stop loss, or you just do really tight shit, high leverage tight, and then because any of this shit like it'll stop you out. So you just want to get stopped out fast. None of this like 10x stop loss there. It's like, come on, bro. Don't worry about that. But you can see here we've had a few things starting to confirm reversals. Yeah, most if these coins are doing it, it's pretty much most coins doing it. Look for strength. Look for recovery. Yeah. Look for ones that are coming back abnormally strong. Let me know if you find anything. Talk soon.